First question. Do you have any piercings? If so, where? I do. I do have piercings. I got one in my eyebrow. Well, I had it. It's there, but you can't see it. I had my tongue done. I took that mug out, and that's what that is, because it's been a little minute. I have my nipple pierced. My left nipple is pierced. I wasn't going to get 2 nipples. I had to make sure I was able to feel at least 1 nipple after all of that. So,
what does Bates offer that you can't find in other artists? She's ready. Like, when we first met up, it's like she already had a direction where she wanted to go with the project, which then made it easier for me as the producer then to help facilitate and come up with picking the right selection of beats, or just not playing any kind of beat. I don't like just doing that. We was able to sit down and really connect, and I was able to get that vision that she saw. And you know, being ready is a plus. So any artist that come ready, that's always gonna make a producer smile, you feel?
This is a good question. What was my first impression of Major 88 Keys? I was like, this dude is quite razzle-dazzled. Like, I don't know what to think. Major 88 Keys, he kind of cocky. It was like he already knew that he had the game and gone with it, and I didn't know exactly what. Like, he definitely does has his way of stepping in the room and being the target. You know, people gonna start looking at him, you know, instantly, because he that razzle-dazzle. Yeah, that's my guy, though. So talented. But yes, I had no idea he whipped them damn beats out, and I was like, holy shit.
What's it like to play music for church while still making secular music? That's a good question. For those that don't know, my dad is a pastor. You did. And ever since I could blink, I've been in the church. I grew up in church, in the choir. Started off playing the drums first, and then moved on to the keyboard, organ, then the guitar. But to actually answer the question, it was a balance, just because like he never held me back doing different musical things, because who don't like jazz, or who don't like, you know, the different other genres of music. I'm glad like he continued to invest in my musical career, whether it be buying instruments or going to conferences and things of that nature. I'm a spiritual person anyway, not religious.
This is a good question. Jessica Smalley asks, if I had a daughter, would I encourage her to follow in my footsteps? Like, what kind of follow in my footsteps? I mean, be successful. I mean, it all depends. Work for your dreams, stuff like that, I guess, yeah, in that manner. But like, I don't know, maybe she was leaning towards my sexuality or something like that. Like, would I encourage my daughter? I don't think anybody should encourage anybody's sexual preferences whatsoever. No, I don't think that. And that I guess no and yeah at the same time. I don't know.
Let's see, she here. If you could be any artist from the 90s, who would it be? Why? This is from Queen B Moreland. Probably, since I'm a musician, I would probably say like Brian McKnight or Jamie Foxx or Usher. Like, those would be like some people like in the 90s that I could like see myself, if I was an artist, then would be like the type of artist I probably would have been. And why? For Brian McKnight, I mean, for those that don't know, when I first started singing in the choir, I was the first soprano. So that was like real, that was like real interested, because they'd be like, you want to go sit in the tenor section? I'm like, nah, like, this is where I'm supposed to be at over here. Like, y'all just don't know. My voice kind of high. Though with him singing higher, and also because he's a musician. And then Jamie Foxx as well, because he's a musician, and as well, he grew up in church as well. And so we have a close type of similarity of a lifestyle upbringing. Usher just, for those that don't know, I'm a dancer as well. So like, those that know me from the nightlife and club promotion days, like that's what I used to do. So like Usher on the dancing, but then also just the performance, because like I love the stage.
How old was I when I had my first girlfriend? In my mind, it was Aaliyah, so I would think it would be like 12. But nah, real talk. First time I had my first girlfriend, I was about, I think I was 14. I think I was definitely 14. It was like my homeboy's girlfriend too. He had left and went out of town to go be with his daddy for the summer, and I took his girlfriend. I still feel bad. I'm sorry, Reggie.
From Lylan Castile. Yeah, that was, who do you think killed Tupac? Well, to be that kind of person, And for people to actually kill you, first of all, somebody close to you got to be involved. I definitely think it was, you know, definitely inside job. Somebody in his circle set it up. Ultimately, I think it was, you know, the government, police, or, you know what I'm saying? Or you never know. It could have been the Illuminati. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. But I'm just going to end it right there.
Lila could still ask, who do you think killed Tupac? I got that, yeah. The police? I mean, who else killing everybody else that's up there mainstream? I think COINTELPRO killed Tupac. The same thing that killed Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, dismantled the the Black Panther Party killed Tupac, and I'm about certain about that, yeah. Yeah, I'll go for the police.
Who are your favorite producers? Name 3. This is an easy question for me. I like Timbaland, Pharrell, Brian Michael Cox, because I'm a very heavy R&B producer as well, so I feel like he was really like a real dominant sound for the R&B, especially in the 90s. But just to also name some new school producers, like I definitely rock with St. Louis's own Metro Boomin. Shout out to him. My man Sonny Digital, and then like Mike Will. You know what I mean? I definitely like those. Those would probably be like my up-to-date current producers that I like, and then like 3 producers that's been killing it for a long time.
Crazy experience I ever dealt with from somebody I was dating. This girl burnt my porch on fire, yo. We was never together, no crazy stuff like that, but little random stuff would start happening. Like I would go outside and she'd be like sitting outside, and then she'd have been out there for like 3-4 hours. I would leave from rehearsals and she'll be sitting there. I'd be at a show and she'll pop up or text me and be like, I was just at your show. I just saw you play. But then I started fucking talking to Courtney, and before I know it, my porch was caught on fire. We came home thinking that the cat was about to die. And before I know it, the fire department was there. I knew it smelled like charcoal fluid. Yeah, that's the craziest thing I ever had to deal with. Chick straight burnt my porch on fire. Oh, God.
Has anyone ever asked you to do something strange for some change? Now you know this world is silly, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. This is an exclusive right here. The industry be wild, I'll just say it like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, Muggs has approached on some like alternative favors for an advancement or for positioning and things of that nature. So, I mean, a lot of people see me around and they see the outer and don't be understanding what's going on behind the scenes in this industry, and it's like, hey, this question was funny, but at the end of the day, it actually is real in the industry. So, but nah, I'm all self-made, my own self-dollars. Me and my own team push each other, and I link up with organic vibes only, positive vibes only.
So who is trying to incriminate me? They say, have you ever sold drugs? Yeah. Definitely. I sold a lot of weed back in the day, but I have no proof of that. Nobody has proof of that. So, no, I never sold drugs, but I sold drugs.
Have I ever been dumped? Have I ever been dumped? Hell yeah, I've been dumped. I ain't gonna say I've been dumped a lot, because I ain't had too many girlfriends, but I had them situationships, and I've been dumped via situationship. Like, you know what, this situation is over. So I count that as being dumped. Yeah, I've been dumped via text. I've been dumped via Facebook status, Insta story, that little short, little 5-10 second clip, like, it's over. I'm all like, you know what? So yeah, I've been dumped all kind of ways. 2
female rappers that I love, mainstream or new. I love mainstream. I'm gonna pick 1 and 1. Mia X. Underground, I'm gonna pick Divine Truth. She definitely cold as hell. And other than that, I would probably pick Miss Tigger. And mainstream, I'd probably pick like Missy Elliott or something like that. Definitely Mia X, the one I listen to the most out of everybody though. I definitely deal with Mia X, you know what I'm saying?
What has been your best experience with a celebrity client? Man, I got so many. I'll just say one recently. Recently, I linked up with Zedzilla. He was at a club in St. Louis called Mystic, and Boosie was in town. Shout out to Boosie, that's my guy as well. He was at a club on the east side called the Beano. Yeah, way in the bag. he hit us up, wanted to get in the studio, and then people let him know like, oh, okay, well, yeah, you got to link up with Major 88 Keys. He got one of the best, you know what I'm saying, productions and studios, you know what I'm saying, he doing it. And then we was supposed to link up at like 8, but then we didn't end up linking up to like 2, 3 in the morning because he went over to the east side to link up with Boosie because he wanted to try to get Boosie to come over to the studio. But you know what I'm saying, Boosie was like, nah, I'm cool, man, you know what I'm saying, I'm retired in, because he had to leave out in the morning. But Zilla ended up coming and all his people, and then we was already ironically talking on social media and Instagram for 2 years already prior to even linking up. So for those that network on social media, like, you really got to stay on top of that networking on your social media, Twitter, Instagrams, and Facebook. But nonetheless, we linked up and it was organic. It was all positive vibes. It was like we ended up making two singles, you know what I'm saying? So like we definitely gonna be dropping them coming soon, probably not fourth quarter. We'll do some bangers, so we probably hold off on them, hit y'all with them for first quarter, bow. You know what I'm talking about? And another one just real quick was when I linked up with Delonte Murphy. He was responsible for Trey Songz, and the first day I met him, he invited me out to his place. Fantasia's band was actually downstairs in the studio working on music, and I got a chance to walk in and link up with them and get a chance to work with them. And then we ended up going out that night, and like he took me to Atlantic, Main Street, where Atlantic Records do a lot of their recording. And that's when I linked up with Kiki Palmer that night. I linked up with Sean Garrett that night. I linked up with Quavo that night because Kiki Palmer and Quavo did a record that was written by Sean Garrett that night. And then a week before that, I sent records for 7 Streeter. Ironically, she was down the hall working on records. So I was able to walk in. So it was just a very, like, that's why I move organically, and that's why me and Bass connected, because it was an organic movement. So y'all gonna go bananas for this project. Just know that.
So yeah, that's Bates Q&A. Thank you to everybody that sent the questions in and whatnot. Y'all asked some real serious questions, and y'all better hope I don't get locked up or get stalked again because of this, you know what I'm saying? But make sure y'all are on the lookout for One God. It's coming out August 30th. It's gonna be in stores everywhere, so make sure you checking it out. Me and Major 88 Keys.
It's all good though, man. This your boy Major 88 Keys. Just know it's produced by me, Bates, One God, coming soon. Know that.
You get it played like a musical. The homie might shoot up your funeral. You don't know what he will do to you. Niggas be straight up delusional. Nothing they swear by be proved.